Good evening, friends. Welcome to DURGASOFT. Myself, Dr. Seshadri. I have 18 years of teaching experience. I am AWS certified trainer at associate level. Friends, you have any queries regarding fee, course details, and the content, you have to contact these numbers. I'll send it in the chat box. This is 40 days of the training. Once you register the course, then every day you are getting class recording videos and the class notes. At the end of the training, I'm providing the interview questions and answers. And also when you are attempting the global certification foundation level or at associate level, how the questions are asking previously and the answers I am providing. And those are day 1, day 2, day 3 recording videos. Those are uploaded in YouTube channel. I'll send it in the chat box. Fine. Now, on day 1, we are discussed basics of cloud computing. That is, what is cloud computing? What are advantages of cloud computing? The different types of clouds or the deployment models. There are 4 types of clouds we are discussed: public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and the community cloud. Those are types of clouds or the deployment models. And also cloud delivery models. There are 3 types of delivery models are there: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. That is, on day 1, we are discussing the basics of cloud computing and also the AWS global infrastructure we are discussed. On day 2, we discussed how we had to create AWS free tier account, how to launch and connect the Windows server. That is, on day 2, we are discussed. On day 3, means the yesterday session, we discussed how to launch and connect Linux server. For that, what are the steps we had to follow? That's we discussed in the yesterday session. Friends, this is the last demo session. This is the demo 4. This is the last demo session. Here in this demo session, we are discussed how to transfer files from local system to launched Linux server. For that, what are the steps we had to follow? See, friends, to transfer files from your laptop or your desktop to launched Linux server means first what we had to do, that is, first we had to launch and connect the Linux server. That is, in the yesterday session, we discussed how to launch and connect the Linux server. That's for that I open my AWS account. Click on AWS Management Console. Sign into the console. Enter your mail ID and the password. This is my AWS account. See that. Here we have to select the region. Mumbai region I am selecting. Now to launch and connect the Linux server, we have to select the EC2 service. Those are nothing but the recently visited services in my AWS account. Now to launch and connect the Linux server, we have to select the EC2 service. Here you may select the EC2 service here, or you may select it at the top. Services option is there. Under we have to select compute service. Under we have to select EC2 service. Fine. Now we have to launch the instant. How we have to launch the instant? Here on left side of the EC2 service, click on instances option. Here we have to launch the instant option is there. Here is there, here is there. You can click on anyone. Click on launch instant option. Then we have to give the instant name is the Linux server I am given. Copy the instant name and paste it in the notepad. Paste it in the notepad. This is the instant name I am given. You may give anyone, Linux or your name also we have to give it. Now, the next step to launch the Linux server, we have to select the operating system image. That is nothing but Amazon mission image we have to select it. Here, we have to select Amazon Linux or Ubuntu we have to select it, or Red Hat Linux we have to select it. Here I am selecting to launch the Linux server, Amazon Linux I am selecting. Scroll down. You have to select the AMI. When we click on this arrow mark, some of them are mentioned free tier, some of them are not mentioned the free tier. Not mentioning free tier means they are the paid version. So you are for practicing purpose, we have to select the free tier eligible one. Okay. Now it is showing the AMI ID. Amazon Mission Image ID it is showing. Fine. After that, we have to select the instant type. That is, see here in Mumbai region, if we click on here, how many instant types are there? 518 instant types are there. As per your business needs, we have to select the instant type. That is, here 518 instant types are there. Suppose you are selecting T2.launch, it is providing 2 CPUs, 8 GB memory, it is providing. Suppose you are selecting T2.2 extra large, 8 CPUs, 32 GB memory it is providing. Accordingly, you are getting billed to your AWS account. Friends, you are for practicing purpose. You have to select pre-tier. That is, you are selecting T2.micro. It is providing the free service. It provides 1 CPU, 1 GB memory it is providing. So totally in Mumbai region, 518 instant types are there. As per your business requirement, we have to select the instant type. You are for practicing purpose. That's why you are selecting the instant type is T2.micro. It is providing the free service. It provides 1 CPU, 1 GB memory only. Click on select instant type. Here also it is showing T2.micro. It provides 1 CPU, 1 GB memory. Fine. To connect the Linux mission, you need to create the key pair. Or if already key pairs are there, then we can select the existing key pair also. Otherwise, if you want to create new key pair, click on create new key pair. I am given the key pair name is, that is Linux server key I am given. Copy this key pair name and paste it in the notepad. Fine. Now, we have to select the key pair type is RSA, private key file format, PEM file format, we have to select it. Click on create key pair. Key pair is downloaded in my downloads option. Fine. Then the next step is network settings. Click on edit option. Here, whatever the default VPC is there, VPC stands for virtual private cloud. Whatever the default VPC is there, that default VPC we have to select it. In upcoming session, you have to create your own VPC. Virtual private cloud is there. On that, we have to create your own virtual private cloud. Under your virtual private cloud, you have to launch your Linux server. You have to launch your Windows server. Right now, we have to select the default VPC. I'm not giving any subnet preference. See friends, in the Mumbai region, there are 3 availability zones are there. AP South 1A, AP South 1B, AP South 1C. I'm not giving any preference. Our instant will be launched in any of the 3 availability zone. Fine. I'm not giving any preference. Auto assign public IP, that is enabled. For security group, for firewalls, security purpose, you are creating the security group. That the security group name I am given as Linux server SG I am given. Copy the security group name, paste it in the description, and also we have to paste it in the notepad. Fine. Now scroll down. You are launched the Linux server. So inbound security group rules are type is SSH, port range is 22, source type is anywhere. That is, For Linux server, what is the type? What is the type and the port range? Port range, the type is for Linux server SSH. Port range is 22. Port range is 22. For Windows, type is RDP. Port range is 3389. 3389. Fine. Fine. So here you are launching the Linux server. So type it is providing SSH. Port range is 22. Source type I am selecting anywhere. Fine. Scroll down. Here you are launch the Linux server. Default it is providing 8 GB storage it is providing. Scroll down. I am not given any advanced details right now. In upcoming, I am using the additional volume of data. I am not adding any new volume right now. The default it is providing 8 GB storage it is providing. Fine. Scroll down. Here, I am not adding any advanced details. In upcoming, I am using advanced details also. Click on launch instant. The instant is launched in Mumbai region. See that. See that. What is the instant state? Pending. Pending. Wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Once the instant state is running, then I am connecting this Linux server using the terminal putty software. Using the terminal putty software. Just refresh the browser. Yes. What is the instant state? Running. The instant state is running. Now, if you move this scroll bar, it is showing the details. Instant name, instant ID, instant state, instant type is t2.micro. Status check present it is showing initializing. After 1 or 2 minutes, status check is showing 2 by 2. Alarms I am not given. Availability zone I am not given any subnet preference in the network settings. This instant will be launched in AP South 1A. Fine. Now, this is public IPv4 DNS for my Linux mission. This is the public IPv4. Elastic IP I am not using. IPv6 I am not using. The monitoring tools I am not using. That's why it is displayed disabled. The security group I am created to launch the Linux server. The security group name is Linux server SG I am given. The key pair name I am given to launch the Linux server. That is the Linux server key I am given. This is the launch date and time it is showing. Fine. That is when we move this scroll bar, it is showing the details. It is showing the details. Fine. And when you are selecting the Linux mission, when you are selecting the instant, at the bottom it is showing the details. Instant ID, public IPv4, private IPv4, instant state, public IPv4 DNS, all the details which are showing at the bottom also. Fine. Fine. Now, to connect this Linux mission, we have to use the terminal is putty or git bash. Here I am using putty software I am using. Now, friends, to launch the Linux mission, I am selecting the key pair type is PEM file format. To connect it using putty software, you need .ppk file format. Putty private key file format, it is required. So, you need to convert .pem file format to .ppk file format. .ppk file format. How you have to convert PEM file format to .ppk file format? Using putty-zen. Whenever you are installing the putty software, automatically putty-zen is also installed. You have to open putty-zen, click on load option, where your PEM file is there, in downloads. In downloads. In downloads, my PEM file is there. See friends, that is Linux server key, PEM file is there. Now, here you have to open putty-zen. Here you have to open putty-zen, click on load option. Here go to the downloads. My PEM file is not showing. What is the reason? What is the reason? Friends, send me in the chat option. What is the reason? My PEM file is not showing in my downloads. What is the reason? That is, you have to select the file, all files we have to select it. Now your PEM file format is there. Have to select your PEM file. That's the Linux server key. Click on open. Right. Click on OK. Click on Save Private Key. Click on Yes. Now I'm given the file name is Linux Server key I am given. Same name I am given. But the extension is .ppk. Click on Save option. I have to close this. Now open the downloads option. We have to check the downloads option. In earlier, this is not there. Now this is .ppk file is there. File name is Linux server key .ppk. Means I am converting PEM file format to .ppk file format. Now to connect this Linux machine, to connect this Linux server, I am using putty. I am using putty. I have to open that. I have to open that. Yes, Amiya Kumar, you are saying correct. Right. You have to open putty. Here you need to enter the host name or the public IP. See friends, for this Linux server, this is the public IPv4. Copy this and paste it in the notepad. This is public IP address. This is the public IP address. And the private IP address also I have to note down. Private IP address I have to note down. The Linux server private IP address is this one. Copy and paste it. This is the private IP address. Now, we have to open putty. We have to enter the public IPv4 of the Linux machine. Here you have to enter it, host name or the IP address. Here on left side, under SSH, under authentication is there. AUTH means authentication. I have to select the credential. Here we have to browse your PPK file for private key file for authentication purpose. You have to browse your PPK file. Where your PPK file is there? In downloads. You have to select your PPK file. That is Linux server key. Click on open. Click on open. Click on accept. Now login as. Just wait. I'm changing the settings. Appearance I am changing. Change. Here I am given as size is 22. Click on apply. Now login as EC2-user. Now I am connecting the Linux machine. See that I copy the IP address. I'll paste it here. This is my Linux server private IP address. This is connected putty software putty private IP address. See that 172.31.45.81 means I am connecting the Linux server. I am connecting the Linux server. Friends, that's first step is over. That is launch and connect the Linux server. Now, our concept is how to transfer files from your laptop or desktop to launched Linux server. The first step is completed. I launch and connect the Linux server. Then the second step, what we have to do? The second step is you need to install WinSCP software, that is to transfer files, where you need to download the WinSCP software. For that, I'm providing the link. I'm preparing the class material, how to transfer files from your laptop to launch Linux server. First, we had to create the Linux EC2 machine, and then we had to generate PPK file, and then we had to connect it. You need to download and install the WinSCP software. This is the link I am providing. Friends, I'll send it in the chat box. This is the link we had to provide it. I had to open this link. Just now, to commence the class, in my laptop, WinSCP software is there. Now we have to check it. In my laptop, there is no WinSCP software is there. I uninstall the software. Now, we have to open this link. That is, we have to scroll down. Here, download WinSCP is there. It's a small file, just 11 MB file. First, we have to download the WinSCP software. I have to download it. It is downloaded. See that the file size is 11 MB. In my downloads, the WinSCP software is downloaded. Just wait. Just wait. The file is downloaded. Now it is completing downloads. Now go to the downloads option. Here, the WinSCP software is there. Now, just double click on it, the WinSCP software. WinSCP software. Here we have to select install for me. Click on accept. Click on next. Click on next. Click on install. The WinSCP software is installed in my laptop. Just wait. Click on finish option. Click on finish option. Now, I have to close this one. I have to close this one. Now, see that I am connecting the Linux machine. I am connecting the Linux server. Is there any list of files and directories are there? For that, which Linux command we have to use it to know the list of files and directories? ls command. Now see that, is there any files and directories are there? No. Now, I want to transfer files from my laptop to launched Linux server. For that, the first step is I launch and connect the Linux server. Second step is you need to install the WinSCP software in your laptop. That's also I completed. Then what is the third step? What is the third step? That is, we have to open WinSCP software. We have to open the WinSCP software. See that? That is, again you will see that. Here on search box in your laptop, WinSCP. Click on this one. Click on this one. See that it is asking the host name. Host name is nothing but the IP address, public IP address for your Linux machine. So what is the public IP address for your Linux machine? This one. Copy the public IP address. Copy the public IP address. Here you need to enter the host name or the IP address. What is the username? EC2-user. EC2-user. Now you enter the password. You don't know the password, but you have the PPK file is there. For that, go for advanced option. Here on left side, under SSH authentication is there. Here private key file, start to browse it. Here go to the mouse pointer on 3 dots. Click on this. Wherever PPK file is there, in downloads. Have to select your PPK file. The file name is Linux server key. Have to select it. Click on open. Click on OK. Click on login. Click on accept. Now it is connected. Now it is connecting the WinSCP software. Friends, we have to see that here the right side is nothing but launched Linux server files. How many files are there in the right side of this window? In the right side of this window, how many files are there in the right side of this window? See friends, send me in the chat option. Chat option is there. How many files are there in the right side of this window? The screen is divided. Two halves. Left side and the right side. Right side is nothing but your Linux server, connected Linux server files. How many files are there? Yes, Amiya Kumar is saying no. Nagaraj is also saying no files. There is no files are there in my Linux server. Now, what I am doing is in my laptop, in E drive, DURGASOFT folder is there. 8 p.m. batch is there. Those are some files are there. I need to transfer those files. First, second, third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those 8 files I need to transfer it. But then what we have to do? Here, you have to click on this symbol, open directory. You have to browse it. That is, we have to select this PC in E drive in your laptop. DURGASOFT folder is there. 8 p.m. batch, we have to select it. Click on OK. Click on add. Click on add and then click on OK. Whatever the files are there in 8 p.m. batch file, That is, in this, all the files which are showing here on left side. Here on left side, which files you need to transfer to your Linux server, to the connected Linux server. For that, what we have to do? Go to the mouse pointer, hold it, drag and drop. See that? Click on OK. The file is transferred. Similarly, the second one, go to the mouse pointer, hold it, drag and drop. Second file is transferred. Third one, go to the mouse pointer, hold it, drag and drop. That is the files we have to transfer. How many files you need to transfer? Just drag and drop. Just drag and drop. Go to the mouse pointer, drag and drop to the Linux server. Drag and drop. That is total, I transferred the files, 8 files I transferred. See that? 8 files I transferred. See, in my Linux server in Putty software, first I am given the ls command to know the list of files and directories. There is no list of files and directories set there. Now, you have to type the ls command. Now, are you able to see the files are transferred or not to the Linux server? Files are transferred or not in the Linux server? Say yes or no. Say yes or no. Yes, the files are transferred. That is, to transfer files from my laptop to launched Linux server, we have to follow, those are the steps. That the first step is we have to launch and connect the Linux server. Second step is you need to install WinACP software, and then we have to open the WinACP software, and we have to enter that is Linux server IP address and the password. Password means you have to attach .ppk file, and then drag and drop files to Linux server. Those are the steps we had to follow, how we had to transfer files from your laptop or desktop to launched Linux server. Friends, if anyone have any questions regarding today's session, this is the demo sessions. The 4 demo sessions are over. So on the next, those who are paid only, the link will be changed. Those are received the link. On the next session, we have to discuss how to transfer files from your laptop to launched Windows server. And on the next session onwards, we'll discuss the basic Linux commands. That is how we had to create file, how to remove the files, and how we had to create the directory, how to remove directory, what are the file permissions are there, and VA editor, the Linux basics, 1 or 2 days we have to discuss. And then after that, we'll move to one by one feature in the AWS. How the launched Linux server you make as web server, how launched Windows server you make as web server, and how we have to balancing the load. But that AWS is supporting the 4 types of load balancers: classic load balancer, application load balancer, network load balancer, gateway load balancer. Like that, one by one, step by step, we are introducing one by one feature in the AWS in this 40 to 45 days of the training. Friends, if anyone have any questions regarding today training, this is the last demo session. This is the last demo session. So friends, if your friends are also there, any interested students, you have to inform your friends also, right? The students, if you have any question, any related to the codes and the details, content, and all those things, fee details, you have to contact those numbers. I'll send it in the chat box. Those are the numbers. Right? If no questions, then I'll end the session. Amiya Kumar, if any question? If any questions?
Seshadri, hello.
Good evening. Nagaraj.
Yeah. So we have given the host as a public host, but in the console we can see that is a private host details.
Yes, this is the private IP address it is showing. Means my Linux server private IP address it is showing. Right?
But
Means
when we are launching this, we have given the public IP address, right?
that's why I'm given the public IP address that is on the putty software. Then it is showing the private IP address. Means I am connecting the Linux machine. Right? This is my
Okay.
Linux server public IP address and the private IP address. See that in my Linux server, this is the public IP address. This is the private IP address. Right? Friends, after
How
completion of
this is internally changing? My
yes,
question is how this is internally changing.
yes, the AWS is
It give the
supporting like that.
Mhm.
Provider is providing like that. Okay.
Can we also give the private host directly to into the putty
No, it
and
is not
connect?
taken. It is not supported. It is not
Mhm.
supported. We have to give the public IPv4 or the public DNS. Public IPv4 DNS
Okay,
is there. It is accepted. Private IP address, it can't be accepted. It can't be accepted.
got it.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Any question? Friends, after completion of your practice, we have to stop the mission or terminate the mission. How we have to stop the mission is nothing but stopping the mission is nothing but like shutdowning your laptop. How we have to stop it? Go to the AWS, select the Linux mission, go to the instant state, stop instant option is there. Click on stop, like shutdowning your laptop. Shutdowning your laptop. After half an hour or the next day, you want to connect this Linux mission. No need to follow from step 1 to the ending step. Just we have to select your Linux mission, go to the instant state, start instant is enabled. It is showing continuously operation. That's why it is failed to start the instant. Just wait for 1 minute or 2 minutes, then it is connected. No problem at all. No problem at all. Right? I'm doing continuously, then it is showing like that. Wait. Right? Don't worry about the steps. All the steps I have mentioned in my class notes. Whatever the steps I have followed, the class material I have mentioned. Once you register the course, then I am providing, I am uploaded the drive link to this class material. Every day I am uploading. No problem at all. Now you will see that I'll start the mission, select the Linux server, go to the instant state, start instant. Now it is accepted. See that? See that? What is the instant state? Pending. Wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Once the instant state is running, then we have to connect the Linux mission using putty terminal. Fine. So friends, my suggestion is after completion of your practice, we have to terminate it. Terminate means completely from Mumbai region data center, it is terminating the server. On the next day, you want to do your work, then you have to go for beginning step to the ending step so that your practice is perfect. So I'm terminating, select the instant, go for the instant state, terminate instant. Click on terminate option. First it is shutdowning and then terminated from Mumbai region data center, right? So today's session, I explained how to transfer files from your laptop to launched Linux server. For that, what are the steps we have to follow? I explained one by one, right? Step by step, I have to explain. Amya Kumar is asking the question. In Keypad, there is an option of .pem and .ppk is there. We can select .ppk directly. Yes, yes. Then no need to convert PEM file format to .ppk file format. No need to convert PEM file format to .ppk file format because in the peering concept, we need PEM file format. That's why I'm suggesting we have to download, keep it, we have to download it PEM file format. Sir, I am downloading .ppk format, then no need to convert. No need to convert PEM file format to .ppk format. Direct we can use the putty software and then we can connect it. It's no problem. It's no problem. It's connected. But how you have to convert for showing purpose, I am selecting this one, PEM file. time file. Are you got it, my point? Yes. Yes. Fine. Any question regarding to today's session?
In real-time projects, Seshadri, I mean, we will get a chance to create this setup in AWS environment, or DevOps engineers will get a chance.
Yes, in the real time, the server never terminated. Whatever the company or the industry requirement they are launching, the server never terminated. It's running 24/7, 365 days it is running. For practicing purpose, I am saying those points. Okay.
I'm asking about the entire setup in AWS cloud. So
Okay.
will I get a chance? I mean, general resources will get a chance to create it, or DevOps developers will
That is
get a
when you
chance?
are applying the post, then all the services we have to know that. Whatever I have to explain, all the services, all the resources, how we have to operate it, all those things we have to know it. That is when you are applying the job as administrator. Suppose when you are applying the job as a developer, how we have to develop your application based on that some services we are using in the AWS. I have to cover in the middle what services we are using to develop your application, right?
Okay.
Okay. Any questions? No questions? Then I'll end the session. Okay. Thank you. Monday we'll meet the same time. I'll end the session. Thank you, one and all.